One thing you can't say about Spookies is that it's not creative. There are creatures galore in this movie. Zombies? Yep. The Grim Reaper? Oh yeah. Giant spiders? You better believe it. And that's just the start. There are some truly unique monsters in Spookies. But a movie needs more than just cool-looking creatures to be good. It needs a plot. And that is something Spookies doesn't have. The whole movie is basically a love story, but this is no Romeo and Juliet. Here is Creon and his dead bride Isabel. Why is she dead? Well, she poisoned herself so she wouldn't have to be with him. I guess she's never heard of getting a divorce? But the truth is that Creon is a powerful sorcerer that is able to make all these crazy monsters and bring her back to life. However, he can't make her love him.
What a cruel joke. My power is nothing compared to the power your beauty has over me.
Moving on to Billy, this kid that's run away from home because his parents forgot his birthday. But, unlucky for him, he wanders into Creon's mansion. Inside, one of the rooms is all decorated for his birthday party.
Cool.
So his parents didn't forget? Or they just set everything up in this random dude's house?
Happy birthday.
Something's up.
Billy.
He goes to open his presents, and inside is Creon's head.
Happy birthday, Billy.
He just wants to wish him a happy birthday, that's all. Billy goes running out the door and takes a break at a tree when this dude comes creeping up on him. Now, it took me a while to figure out what kind of a monster this guy was supposed to be. And then I realized it. He's a cat man.
You'd like that, wouldn't you, Kitty?
So anyway, the cat man swats at Billy and he falls into this conveniently placed grave. The cat covers him up and buries him alive. You don't think you could just get out of there, Billy? I mean, he's just throwing dirt on your face, one shovel load at a time. It shouldn't be too hard to get out of there. But he doesn't, and he dies. What was the point of all that? Now we have 2 carloads of people, some teenagers looking to party, or something like that. They wander into Creon's seemingly abandoned mansion, where they find this weird wooden box with something inside it. Later on, behind a locked door, a skeleton jumps out holding another board. They put 2 and 2 together and figure out that this is a sort of Ouija board, and the other thing is the planchette. The kids play the game and start asking it questions, which the sorcerer answers. At first, it's kinda creepy, like one girl asks what her age is, just to make sure the girl holding the planchette isn't messing with it. He answers 24. Then she asks when she's going to die, and it answers 24. That's pretty cool. Eventually, Creon's vein starts throbbing and he kills a girl with just the power of his mind. She turns into a zombie and starts attacking everyone. They escape outside, but one guy falls into the graveyard and a blank tombstone rises up out of the earth. It starts to spell out his name and he's sucked under. Again, that's pretty cool. I like the blank tombstone idea. So anyway, zombies come up out of their graves, so now they know they're stuck inside, and the only thing they can do is explore the mansion. They split up into groups and wander around, just trying to get to the bottom of all this. Duke and Linda end up in the wine cellar. They goof around and act real cavalier about the whole situation. I mean, your friend just turned into a zombie, and the living dead are keeping you in this building. I think I would be at least a little worried. Linda lays down on the dirt floor, for some reason, and then it comes to life and grabs her. These are muck men, and the effects look pretty good. Just cover a guy in dirt, but for some silly reason, they make fart noises. Now, apparently, no one wanted that, but the executive producer insisted. And here's the thing. It's so not funny, it actually becomes funny. Every time one of these things moves, it farts. Well, they fight them off for a little bit and eventually find out that liquid kills them. So they break open the wine barrels, and that's that. Next, it's Adrian and David, who have to fight off a monster. And, once again, it's certainly unique. Adrian tries to wake up her boyfriend, but when he rolls over, she can see he's dead, killed by this fish lizard thing. Kinda cute if you just give him a chance. Well, Adrian doesn't give it a chance, and she stabs it with a fireplace poker, then crushes it under the bookcase. While all this is going on, we learn that Creon and Isabel have a child together. This little vampire-looking dude. Isabel can't stand the sight of her own son and takes off running. But the further she gets from Creon, the weaker she is. Eventually, she ends up in a cave with this cackling witch. It sounds like she's singing Wipeout. She spits a fireball at her, then laughs right in her face. Isabel must not find whatever this witch is laughing at very funny, because she gets up and runs away. Meanwhile, Adrian sees David again, but we know better. David is dead. As he gets closer, he turns into a monster. A really weird-looking demon alien thing. It wraps a tentacle around her neck and shoots her with lightning. And that's the end of Adrian. Rich is still wandering around by himself, but that's all about to change. He finds this woman who promises to take him to his friends, but come on, you really shouldn't trust anyone in this house. He follows her, and it looks like this chick has a thing for spiders. No, check that. She is a spider. She transforms into the 8-legged freak as he's stuck to a web. The effects here are top-notch, and by the end, she looks like a giant spider. However, the same can't be said for Richard. When she attacks him, she sucks him dry, and he's deflated like a balloon. Next, the Grim Reaper. Yeah, that's right. Death himself works for this guy too. He attacks the remaining 3, they escape outside, and Peter throws him off the roof, and he explodes into a fireball. What? Pretty weak Reaper. Inside, they start to put the puzzle pieces together. They see Creon holding the Ouija board and some demon statue, and they figure out that he's some kind of occultist. Not really sure that helps them, but hey, now you know. Zombie Carol finds the group and attacks them with the planchette. Creon explains to them, through Carol, that he only wants their souls so that others can live, and that no one will really miss them. Then, her head opens up, and all the others go through rapid aging, or something. Peter is able to crawl across the floor to the skeleton from the beginning that had the Ouija board, and clutched in his hand is a vial of something. Peter just breaks its whole arm off and throws it at Carol and makes her explode. Okay, so I guess they're safe now? We never see them again. Back to Creon and Isabel, and she knows what she has to do. She walks up to him and makes him think that maybe he's won and she'll try to love him. But then, bam! A poker to the face and she takes off running. Outside, she has to face the zombie horde, which goes on for like 10 minutes. It's just her running from the undead, getting caught, her clothes rip off, then she keeps running. This looks more like a tribute to Night of the Living Dead than the climax of a film. Eventually, she finds a vehicle, and some dude is like, "Hey, get out of my car!" But then he sees all the crazy stuff going on, and he's like, "Okay, I'll drive." Down the road, he stops, and surprise, it's actually the Catman, and he confesses that he's always loved her too. Then Creon busts out of his grave, and his son starts laughing. What a way to end this. So that was Spookies, and if you're into 80s creature features with tons of practical effects, then this is for you. If you like movies that make sense, well, maybe stay away from this one. There's a rumor going around that this is 2 movies stitched together, but that's only kinda half true. What happened is they started filming a movie called Twisted Souls. While in the editing stage, some issues popped up and they had to hire a new director, who cut and reshot some of the scenes with new actors. Which makes a lot of sense because the kids never interact with Creon at all. As a result, Spookies is kind of a mess, but it's a fun ride nonetheless. Turn your brain off and bask in the 80s rubber suits. I give it 2.5 deflated Richards out of 4.